So we've swung back round to another one of our fortnightly pre-order news. So these are all the pre-orders that will be going on sale next weekend. So if you're not interested in Daughters of Khaine, Hedonites of Slaanesh or the Black Library, you can switch this off right now. I was thinking that potentially we could be up for the Pariah Nexus Kill Team box, but we are a little bit ahead of ourselves there, so I think maybe in the next month or so we'll get that. Anyway, so we're going to start with the Hedonites of Slaanesh, since they are the bulk of the pre-orders that are coming out. So they've got a new battle tome available in a new special edition as well, straight from GW, otherwise get from wherever you normally buy your stuff from. They've also with that got some War Scroll cards and some snazzy new dice, both of which look pretty cool. So we'll kick off the models starting with this one. So this is a Lord of Pain. It looks pretty cool. Big double-handed weapon there. It looks like it's ready to do lots and lots of damage. Now to go with that big guy we have a Shard Speaker. Now this is a wizard model. Again, looks very cool. Not quite as decadent as some of the other ones, but looks very cool as well. Ranged units, we have the Bliss Barb Archers. Now these guys look very, very cool. They come in a case of 11. You get 11 models in this one. There is one non-archer unit in it, but I don't know what that guy does yet. Now speaking of the actual archers themselves, we get some very similar ones from the Bliss Barb Archers in mounted units. So if you look at these Exalted Steeds of Slaanesh, if you look at the ones on the right, these guys basically look like the Bliss Barb Archers, which are mounted. So if you look at these two sets here, they're both available in the one box, so you just make up the ones you want, or assuming we're going to get Warcry rules at some point, you can make up some of some type and some of the other. Coming up next, the guys on the right are the Myrmidesh Painbringers, and the guys on the left are the Symbarite Twin Souls. Twin Souls because their bodies are twinned with lesser demons of Slaanesh. So you can tell from the stances on these guys and some of the poses and that kind of thing, you can tell that these are both the same box as well, so you'll be able to make up either type. Next up we have the Sangor Fiend Bloods. Now we saw one of these in the Diachasm core box when it came out a little while ago. These guys look really cool. They are going to be pretty heavy, tough hitting opponents, but yeah, very, very cool models indeed. I really love these sort of crab pincers that they've got. Now these are the last of the unit types of Hedonites of Slaanesh. There's two more to go, which we'll get onto in a second, but I think that's quite a good introduction to Hedonites. Got quite a lot of new stuff coming next week. It'd be interesting to see what the pricing on this is. We should know by Monday or Tuesday. If I do find out earlier than the release day, I will let you know. Now we've got a leader in the shape of Glutos Orskaloin. Now you can tell that this guy is Slaanesh from a mile away. This is everything about the decadence of Slaanesh. Really kind of disgustingly over the top model here, but yeah, I think it's really cool. For me, it's more of a sort of centerpiece, something to put on display than it is something to go on the tabletop and play with. I think it's a bit busy looking for that, but yeah, no denying it is looking great. And then finally, before we move on to Daughters of Khaine, we have Sigvald the Magnificent. This is a really cool model as well. I really like the colour on the shield there. Very, very cool stuff. But yeah, it is what it is. This guy got announced, I think, in December's preview. It looks very, very cool. So yeah, very nice model indeed. Right, okay, on to Daughters of Khaine. A massive amount of content, but they do get their new battle tome. So there is a brand new battle tome for Daughters of Khaine. They also get some really awesome looking new dice and this fantastic set of endless spells dripping in blood, as Khaine would like the most. And now just before I move on to the Black Library stuff, I did have a thought about what is going to happen to Warcry this year. Now obviously practically everything that was being announced for Hedonites of Slaanesh would eventually be able to transfer over to Warcry. But I'm just wondering if we're going to get that covered in the next White Dwarf, or if they're going to save this information up to have a new Tome of Champions at the end of the year. Be interesting to see where they go with this, because you know we have had a lot of content recently, and maybe what happens with this might give us a good indication for what comes next for Warcry. And then finally we've got 4 new books coming to the Black Library. Now 3 of them I don't care about at all, but that one at the end, the Harrowed Paths, I am going to get that one, and that's going to be my first Black Library book review. Now, I haven't done anything like that on the channel in the past, but I like the look of it, and so I'll be picking that one up and obviously providing a review not long after. So that's it for this week. So just to give you a bit of information on what's going to be coming up in the next week on the channel, I've got quite a few reviews. So we've got the new Necron Psychomancer, which we'll be taking a look at, along with the next iteration of Speeder, which is the new Storm Speeder, and there's 2 other types that are coming out for the Space Marines. So I'm waiting for that to be delivered on Monday, so I'll be doing a full review on that next week as well. I'll also be reviewing Kagra's Ravagers, the new Underworld's warband. I'll also report on whatever is announced next week for the Cursed City, the new Warhammer Quest game. So if you're interested in joining my Facebook group for that, you can have a look down in the description and the information will be there. If anything else wonderful comes up, I will obviously report on it. I'll also be covering and catching up with some Mortal Realms magazine stuff as well. So I'll see you all guys very soon, and have a great week. See ya.